morning. I swear a lot.
Hello friends, and welcome back to Limbus Company. Welcome back to Spring Cultivation, if that's the name. I actually can't remember. I think it is. Probably is. It's probably fine. So, before we get back into the Intervalo, people were like, yo, Lord Honglu would be perfect for your Rupture team. And I, for the moment, do want to try out Fang Hunt, because I just want to see how he does, and he's cool, so I just want to see. But I figure, let's dispense Lord Honglu anyway, and get him, and then we can decide whether or not we want to use him in the future. I refuse to replace Faust. I'm not doing it. Can't do it. There's some seriously good shit in this. Holy crap. There's more Heishu fucking members than I thought there were. God damn. But yeah, let's focus. I don't have nearly enough. Well, I'm sure there has to be a way. That was the wrong thing to click on. No. Yeah, I'll do it. All right, let's see what he's got. Let's have a quick look, shall we?
홍원의 가장 높은 곳에선 대관원이 이렇게 보이는군요. 이제 거칠에는 그만두도록 하지.
Oh, that's really cool. Also, I don't know why. I truly don't know why I didn't think this. I didn't think this would be based on Chu. That's incredible. That's amazing. And the way his voice changes, that's amazing. That's incredible. That's just amazing. That's incredible. That might be one of my favorite IDs already, and I haven't even used it yet. Not a surprise, Chu is one of my favorite characters in Project Moon at the moment. I don't know, I just really like him. I wish to open the path, apply 1 defense power up to 1 plus highest resin divided by 3 other allies once per turn, max 3, prioritize targets with assist defense. When an ally is about to take an unopposed attack from an enemy, consume 1 stack to redirect the enemy's attack to self, then use the unique skill that activates for assist defense. When there are multiple allies with the assist defense stacks, the ally with the highest stack has the highest activation priority. Does not activate for allies who equipped defense skills, so you can really control who gets the assisted defense. Tarnished Blood's absolute for of ambitions. And some Chinese characters afterwards, just to really fucking sell it. Gain 2 poise, inflict 1 rupture count, gain 1 poise count, unbreakable coin, inflict rupture. Answer me, Heishu packs. This skill does not trigger defense skills. Gain 3 poison plus 1 count. Oh my god. Among ally Heishu pack units that can act, choose 1 unit with the least unrelenting storm stack. Number of times this unit activated combo with the Lord of Hongyan Honglu identity. Max stack 2. Gain 1 offense level up and 1 defense level up for every stack, so you can just get +2, which is fine, I guess. Then bestow Exalted Command of Unit A, applies this effect to Unit B. Unit B follows up with an unopposed attack of its base skill 3 against the same enemy unit A attacked with its skill. Activates a Unit A's attack end, does not activate as empowered skills. The skill used in the assist attack does not affect Unit B's upcoming skills list, does not activate if activated ally's skill 3 is not unlocked. So you need to, build them. After Exalted Command is complete, the Lord of Hongyan Honglu activates I Carve the Path of a Lord. A, it is assigned to sound like a Yu-Gi-Oh card description, and B, it's just fucking sick. That must be one of his defense skills or something, I don't know, we'll find out. If it did not activate, or if the combo identity is staggered or defeated before Exalted Command is complete, use Lonesome Stand, sacrifice to claim the garden instead. Oh no, there's I Carve the Path of a Lord, okay. Unbreakable Coin, inflict offense and defense level down for every 2 types of negative effect. That one's just every type of death, right? Okay. Interesting. Getting a little flustered, lads. I Carve the Path of a Lord. If this unit activated combo with a Heishu Pack Adept identity, base power +1, coin power +1. At 6+ rupture on target plus poise on self, coin power +1. That would be really easy to get. The combination of both of them, that's super easy, I imagine. Deal +5% damage for every Heishu Bolus contamination. Empowers the Lord of Hongyan Honglu based on which Heishu he activated combo with. The Heishu Bolus contamination effects can stack with each other, and a variety of different effects depending on who he does it with. Oh my god, Gregor is a Heishu Pack character? Oh, Sebon! For 2 ally Heishu Pack identities with the least SP, heal 10 SP and apply 1 attack power up next turn. Lonesome Stand, sacrifice to claim the garden +2. Deal +10% damage for every life from death on self. Okay. Deal plus 1% damage for every 1% missing HP percentage on target, plus missing HP percentage on self, max 50%. At plus 3, life from death, gain 1 attack weight. At plus 6, rupture on target and poison on self, coin power plus 1. And then extra damage for every Hoshu bolus contamination. Rupture, and deal plus 10% damage for every type of negative effect on target, max 50%. Inflict rupture, inflict slash resist down, gain attack power up. And these are slash attacks, which implies that he's swinging this stuff so fucking hard that it's basically a bladed weapon. Heishu Keen Claw. Apply 1 slash power up to highest resonant Heishu pack identity allies once per turn. So if you get max gluttony resonance, then presumably you can just power up everyone. If there are backup units, select one ally Heishu with the least HP percentage. Upon using this skill, apply Your Will Guides My Blade. If Unit A applies this effect to Unit B follows up with an unopposed attack. With its skill 1 against the same enemy Unit A attacked with its skill, activates a Unit A's skill attack end. The skill used as an assist attack does not affect Unit B's upcoming lists. The Heishu pack identity who retreated due to this effect will be placed earlier in the return line than non-Heishu identities. If there are no backup units, apply 2 attack power up to 1 Heishu ally with the least HP percentage once per turn. It's an unbreakable coin. Lord's Guard. This skill counts as assist defense only for the unit that uses the skill and does not trigger the effects of other characters with conditionals that check for assist defense activation. Words are hard, you know. If target has plus 3 types of negative effects, coin power plus 1. And it's already pretty decent. And it's an unbreakable coin. Fuck. God, this has been a journey. When other ally units substitute in or return to the battlefield, they heal 10 SP. Then, at combat start, command them to use skill 1 as an unopposed attack against a random enemy. Wait a fucking minute. So just by having him exist on the battlefield, whenever a unit is substituted in, they heal 10 SP and get to do a free attack against a random enemy. If the said ally is a Heishu pack or a Jar family unit, activate the following instead. Heal 20 SP, then at combat start, command them to use their base skill 3 as an unopposed attack against a random enemy, 2 times per encounter per identity. What the fuck? What the fuck? Encounter start, gain 1 leash holderable Heishu. Gain the following effects based on stack. Gain 1 max speed, extra damage, 2 stack, 1 min speed and defense level up, 3 stack, 1 offense level up, 5 stack, 1 damage up, and apply 1 offense level up to all Heishu pack identities. Okay. When Heishu units are killed in an encounter, heal 20 SP and gain 1 life from death. So that's how he gets life from death. Okay. Deal plus 5% damage for every 1 Heishu bolus contamination. Okay. What? Oh god, the combat wait, is that actually a... That's not even a support passive. He's got 3. No, he doesn't have 3. He has 2, but there are so many effects that actually doesn't matter. He has 3 overall passives, 2 combat ones. Okay. Combat starts. This unit did not equip a defense skill and is about to take an unopposed attack. Apply 1 Lord's Guard to highest res and divided by 3 random Heishu pack allies with at least assist defense stacks. Max 2 allies once per identity. Excludes identities with skills to gain assist defense. In this encounter, when this unit takes damage that brings the HP down to 0, nullify the damage. Then this unit's HP cannot drop below 1 for the turn, and it gains 1 Tarnished Blood once per encounter. Tarnished Blood, take 20% HP damage per stack. Okay. Expires upon death or retreat. This unit's skill deal plus 3% damage for every Tarnished Blood on self. When activating the ego skill, Tears of the Tarnished Blood, which we have, the end, nullify the death effect in its after attack effects. Instead, heal 60% HP. Starting next turn, gain 1 damage up at every turn start. What the hell? This is nuts. Please be traceless in your deeds. Identity with least current HP percentage deals plus types of death rights on target times 3% damage against the enemy, max 15%. This is uptie. Yeah, these passives require uptie too, sure. But a lot of this shit is nuts, and this is uptie 1. Now, yeah, those numbers aren't brilliant, but there are ways to make them better. And if his SP is high, then that's absolutely fine as well. They didn't have to have crossed out Jar family on his trait keywords, but they did. Does that actually affect things? Does that mean he does or doesn't count as a Jar family member? I don't care if it's one or the other. I just like that they made a point of crossing it out, of including it and crossing it out. That is entirely unnecessary, and I love it. This might be the best. I haven't used it on the battlefield, so let's calm down for a moment. Sure. This might be the best identity I've ever seen. Not in terms of overall power, but just overall. Overall, in terms of creativity, flavor, abilities, effects, coordination with other identities. This might be the best one I've ever seen on first impression. Let me really emphasize that point, though. On first impression. I don't know enough yet, but this is nuts. And I need to set up a Heishu pack for this, because I need to set up a Heishu pack for it. It will be a completely different team to this. I will keep this, because I like this, but there needs to be a Heishu pack team, because oh my god. Anyway, it's time for Jasi Shun's training arc. Oh boy. Another student. I see that you have all individually worked on your lesson plans as per Zigong's request. Oh, these are going to be good. Oh, she's cool. She really makes me think of a Library of Ruin Nugget. I don't know why, but I just do get that vibe. And she has a little bunny pin. That's fun. I have received a total of 12 lesson plans, and I can count, and I can count real good, and I know there's 13 of you. I don't know how the fuck Dante would do a lesson, so... Hold on, shouldn't there be 13 of them? Even the executive manager has decided to spare their precious time to teach a class somehow. Huh? Yeah, I handed my lesson plan too. We were just gonna eat snacks and talk about stuff. That is because... so who didn't do their homework? After a brief silence, everyone turned around and looked at one of the sinners. Is it gonna be Heathcliff? I mean, yeah. I didn't fucking know it has to be in today, did I? I'm a busy man, alright? I have to brood, be upset about Kathy, brood, carve my bat, brood. I ain't got time to do fucking lesson plans. It ain't me. I had mine in on time. It weren't fucking me. Oh, please, at least try to make a compelling argument. Who else other than you could it possibly... It's me. Is Sinclair going to be the other student? You, Sink? You've been acting out of character a lot recently. What's going on? Well, that's, Sinclair was drenched in sweat for some reason. Actually, in Sinclair's seat was a large sack of papers, each filled to the brim with writing. Sinclair, are these papers? No, Dante, they're plates. What the fuck do you think they are? Ah, I'm done. Sorry, I got too into making a lesson plan and just couldn't stop myself from writing. Ah. Sinclair couldn't have appeared more proud as he placed that big bundle of sweat-soaked papers in Zilu's hands, who held them gingerly, with, like, her forefinger and thumb, and put them down on the desk. Ew. And she receives it with mild trepidation. You seem to have dedicated quite the momentous effort in drawing up this lesson plan. I wish you'd sweated on it less. What's up with her? Let's start reviewing from the first of the stack. 108 analytical approaches to an aesthetes AAA. What does AAA mean? And how do you plan to explore all 108 approaches in a month? Appreciation of artistry in assassinations. I think Ryoshi would be a good teacher, if an extremely harsh one. Went too far. Oh, right, sorry. Flip a page and continue reading for those 108 approaches. What paint did you use? It's blood. It's quite viscous, and the paper has partially melted? Ah, lady, watch yourself. You almost got some on my arm. Ah, painting. Zilu? Entrails coating the Are we sure we want Ryoshi to teach the new hierarch? She really looks like a nugget now. Now you know how ascetes appreciate the artistry of slaughter. Just what the hell did you paint in that paper? Hey, get it together! Zilu stumbled briefly. Whatever was on the paper must have given her quite the shock, which says a lot for a lifetime trained, magic potionly mutated professional assassin. God damn. My mind wandered for a moment. This is too dangerous to be used for a lesson, thus it goes to the discard pile. Oh, weak sauce. Come on. Zilu crumpled up the paper without hesitation and tossed it out of sight. Next. Intro to Societal Reintegration. Impressive title. Is this Gregor? Chapter 1. How to shake hands with your left hand when the situation calls for it. Gregor, she doesn't have a bug arm. That's just you, okay? Huh? Chapter 2. Look, he looks so smug. Chapter 2. Exploration of exclusively long-sleeved fashion and practices. He only wears short sleeves, though. Chapter 3. Projecting confidence and why having a bug arm is totally cool. It's cool, buddy. It is. You don't need to tell us, alright? It's fine. You don't need to project anymore, okay? That's, you know how it is. Be proud of who you are, all that philosophy stuff. Now, I could see the logic here. The logic is not here, but I'm reaching because he's my boy, right? What he could have done, which I don't think he did, but what he could have done was drawn from his own personal experiences in being ostracized for the fact that he has his mutated arm to deliver a lesson plan on philosophy, on accepting one's flaws and accentuating one's strengths, right? Moving with confidence. Like, I heard a story about a guy who had a tie which had like pink elephants on it, and he would wear it to like business meetings and stuff, big business meetings, because it was a show of power to be like, I wear this and I'm here to do serious business, which means I don't give a fuck what you think. I don't know if it works, I don't know the fucking guy, but it's that kind of philosophy where it's like, yeah, I've got a fucking bug arm and I don't give a shit. That could have been what Gregor did. I don't think it is. Just putting it out there. I think he is just projecting a little. I wanted this lesson to give a bit of paradigm shift where we can all come to see our flaws not as failings, but as evidence of our individuality. That's a good lesson, Gregor. Which will usher in a world where we can carry on our lives no matter what kind of arm we have. Oh. Discard, next. Zilu quickly flipped through the pages. Intro to Denigrative Linguistics, subheading The Power of Words. Sticks and stones may break their bones, so let's add words to the pile. Oh, these are good. I should write that down. Oh, fuck it, I'm adding that to my notes. That's a good one. That's, 10 out of 10. I'm actually not sure who said that, or who wrote that even. Oh, Otis, you are incredible. My credentials include the ability to dress down an opponent so hard that they fall to their knees and beg me to stop. Oh, she's the best. She's so funny, god damn it. I have plans for application as well. The lesson teaches methods pertaining to disguising compliments in criticisms and vice versa. All of this seems rather difficult to learn. I have concluded from my hitherto observations that Jia Shun is an individual of great promise in this field. Follow my instructions to a T, and I guarantee you that this cadet shall be able to have the upper hand in any verbal confrontations. Although, yeah, seeing Jia Shun verbally dress down fucking Yuan Shun in the style of Otis would be very fucking funny. Is this a curriculum to make the best brawler or the best family hierarch out of me? Neither, from the sounds of it. But we have to do something about your bug arm, Zishun, you know, the one you have. Zilu seemed quite interested, but Jia Zishun's vehement veto eventually overruled the suggestion. I actually think, I don't know if it would turn out the way I would hope it to, but I actually think that would have been a decent lesson plan, because I feel like Zishun, especially given how, a nice way to put it would be, diminutive she is. She would need to have the ability to dominate a conversation, basically, right? To exert authority, to exert power, to dress down verbally, like a subordinate who's getting a bit shirty with her and being like, oh, I don't have to fucking... She's like, you shut the fuck up, do what you're told, you know. I don't know if it would have been successful, but I think it would have been a good skill for her to learn. On Justice, another impressive title. Yeah, this is Don Quixote. Subheading, methodologies of captivating an entire room of preoccupied audience. Okay. Discard. Fire on thee, wherefore? Next. Praxis of ego-splitting concerning inter-mirror conflicts between the self and reflection and paradoxically fractured theory of idealism in which one attempts to open an opening door to open the door. I'm actually not sure. Could be Faust, but I feel like she'd write better. Yi Sang. I'm gonna put my money on Yi Sang. Utterly incomprehensible. Discard. Perhaps Mr. Yoshu's advice to truncate the lesson title should have been taken in earnest. My poor boy. Survival and exploration. 21 reasons to pay attention when the exploration team leader is giving advice on the upcoming adventure. Case study for 30 horrible mistakes that occurred because the team was distracted during the leader's lecture. This could be Dante just being spiteful. I'm trying to think of who else that could be. 21 reasons to pay attention when the exploration team leader is giving advice on the upcoming adventure. Nope, this is Ishmael. This is Ishmael. This is absolutely Ishmael. Final answer. How to track down a troublemaker who tries to sweep trouble under the rug while the team leader isn't looking. Someone ignored my advice, so we should have been moving 2 steps ahead. Finally, I've narrowed them down to 3 culprits. She's just bitching in her lesson plan. Oh, wait, I forgot to take that part out. Ishmael, this is surprisingly sloppy. And into the shredder it went. And when did that paper shredder get here? That one's got a dinosaur on it. You can't shred that. Also, this is a thumbnail. Goddamn. It's not even spoilery because no one will be able to tell who that is. Win-win. Although I guess the bunny pin's a hint, isn't it? Oh, this is some fucking gold. Encrusted with jewels. The art of using yawning as a cover for popping a cookie or 2 into your mouth. This is Rhodia. Especially useful when getting lectured. Hey, if you get good enough at it, you can do that with nuts too. Ah, so it was you who made those crunching noises in our last meeting. Who else would it have been? I have to say, speaking purely from like a in-universe practical perspective instead of like an entertainment perspective and like a general story being entertaining, writers doing a good job perspective, because on that front it's like 10 out of 10. But from an in-world practicality perspective, this is, even by what I was expecting, a shockingly poor showing. It's really bad. Like, I thought it'd be bad, it's worse than I thought. I'm so glad Zigong's not in the room because she'd be... I don't know. I think her expression wouldn't change, but a vein would just pop out the side of her head. So I mentioned last time, I think in the middle of the video, I was like, oh wow, this is going to be a great opportunity potentially to get to hang out with Zigong more and see what she's like, you know, because I feel like she's a character that really needs to be expanded upon. I didn't realize how much I needed plainclothes casual Zilu. And, oh, it's great. Oh, it's super good. She's great. I love her already. She's fantastic. I already liked her towards the end of Kanto 8 for reasons that are in Kanto 8, as I'm sure you remember. But I only ever could see her as a warrior, right? Or, you know, like as a combatant. This is fantastic. This is super good. What? No, did you take me for an amateur? It's obviously Heathcliff. The art of social maneuvers, how to let it flow through you. Part of me is thinking Honglu because would have had a lot of experience letting that stuff flow through him. Now that we've, like, through Cantaway, we've established that his emotions were never gone per se, he just locked them away. But it doesn't quite fit. How to let it flow through you, I think, is the key word here. Or key phrase, sorry. Flow. How to let it flow through you. This is a tricky one, actually. Tentatively, I'm gonna go with Hong Le, but I'm significantly less confident on this one. How to not make things awkward when you walk right in on someone bad-mouthing you. Okay. See, Hong Le wouldn't feel that awkwardness, so I don't think it's him anymore. I would say Sinclair, but I honestly think Sinclair will be the one who's actually done it right. And we're basically going to go with Sinclair's lesson plan because Sinclair's the only one who put like a shit ton of effort into it. How to not make things awkward when you walk right in on someone bad-mouthing you. Who would that be? Not Faust. Faust wouldn't care. Merceau also wouldn't care. Heathcliff wouldn't be working on how to make things not awkward. He just shouted them. Wait. Dante. This is Dante. I think this is Dante. Oh, no! I was right to begin with! Shit, I changed my answer at the last minute. The most important part of this eye is to flash a refreshing smile in a way that looks earnest. It helps when you convince yourself that smiling is what brings good fortune. Oh, I was right to begin with. It was the flow. It was the flow. I thought it was like, you know, because Dante's a manager and they all just talk shit about them, like, for the whole story. And it was like, just let it go. Shake it off, you know? I thought that was like the whole thing that Dante would have been going with. Damn. Well, I technically got it right, but in the end, I got it wrong. Smiles have a way of disarming people, giving them pause and making them hesitate. I remember that. Big Bro used that technique to confuse a lot of Dagwanyan people who hated him. Didn't work very well in Canto 8, though. I see. This... well, this... I can't quite bring myself to throw this into the shredder. You can't. Not Hong Le. No, he's too precious. Can't do it. Next, how to remain in complete stillness for a week until the next command is received, Merceau. This lesson plan was designed based on Rhodia's advice that I must prioritize strengths that are unique to myself. This is my best one. Your best one is using fucking Chains of Others during Canto 6. That was the best thing ever. Actually, I'd say that the best thing about Merceau would be his analytical mind and his awareness of the surroundings. He's always the first to pick up on things. He makes a lot of analyses and stuff like that. I'd say that's his biggest strength, but he wrote it, not me. Look, in my defense, I didn't know he considered that to be his unique strength, okay? Neither did I, so... remain completely still. How to remain in complete stillness for a week. Until the next command is received. Oh, I'm really giddy on this one. This might be one of the best chapters we've ever had. Let us consider whether standing in complete stillness for a week is a quality one might seek in the family hierarchy. Until the next command is received by the family hierarchy. Who's ostensibly supposed to be giving orders? This one is certainly interesting. What separates bravado from bravery? Ooh. That's a tricky one. It could be about Heathcliff, but I don't think Heathcliff would write it. It could be Dante attempting to be brave, because Dante has no combat experience, so combat scares them, obviously. Although I feel like they're kind of over that by now. But it is still something that draws from their personal experiences and that they might share with another person. But Jia Si-shun is a veteran combatant, so I don't think she'd need it. Jack, okay, it's Heathcliff. Jack, shite, sword off and grab your weapon. Yep, always gotta read the full print. It's my philosophy that reason don't necessarily need to be considered before coming to blows. Martial prowess is indeed an indispensable part of the family hierarchy's qualities. But our focus is not on developing a hierarchy of a syndicate. Next. Information disparity is a driver of inequitable treatment. Faust. Oh, that's actually the most interesting sounding one so far. And the application of engineering frameworks, Faust. Okay, it's kind of losing me, but I'm still on board. For systematic resolution in rational self-interest-driven societies and Gesellschaft. Is it still going? That was 1/5 of the full title. It seems that the same trouble has hindered both you and I. Every word in that title was added for its absolute necessity. Indeed, indeed. After she had gone through the majority of our lesson plans. Ah, finally. Now that that's over, yes, it's finally my turn. This will take a while. Get a drink. Ooh. Sinclair sighed with the gravitas of someone who's just been bestowed with the most important mission in his life. Considering that Sinclair is like plastered all over the artwork for this intervallo, I'm pretty sure his will be accepted, but we'll see. Thinking back, even in school, I used to daydream about becoming a teacher myself. I thought I could be good at it. So I guess you could say that I'm pretty happy to be given an opportunity like this. She's gonna throw it in the shredder. I call my lesson The Theory on Self-Overcoming. It could go either way. We have to accept that everyone stumbles at first, but by always striving to be a better person than I was yesterday. Hey, but what if I like who I was yesterday more? Did Rhodia peak as a teenager? That's okay. Everyone has their own unique potential sleeping deep inside. So with everything I've learned and experienced so far, let me teach you. Let me teach you how to not doubt your own capabilities, how to always shoot higher. Hold on, you had me for a second there, but what's up with acting like you're an infinitely more enlightened person than I am? Oop. Of course, I've prepared a speaking class where you can learn how to speak with modesty, too. I never would have imagined Sinclair would be this into it. Yeah, too bad he's so into it that he's not even listening to what Zishan's saying. Following that, your company's, it seems that Zilu has completed her review. Hey, it's the two closed-eye ladies. Love to see it. Oh, I see. Now, how's everything going, everyone? Class prep going well? No. My curriculum most especial. Okay, so that's a no. That was Sword's impression upon taking a quick glance at Don Quixote, who was sobbing and cradling the shredded pieces of her lesson plan in her hands. Well, it wasn't a complete bust, at least. Sinclair's lesson plan survived. That's good. And who else's? Honglu's also survived. Miss Zigong, Miss Sword, I prepared a full 30 days worth of lesson plans. Would you like to take a look? No. But Zigong and Sword weren't looking at the dozen of lesson plans Sinclair presented so proudly before their eyes. They were looking away. Zigong, especially, was looking away with an unmistakable expression of pity. We already have a lesson plan. So he doesn't know. Would you mind explaining this, Zilu? I could not bring myself to tell him. Apologies. So this young man produced this entire sizable stack of lesson plans all on his own. I see. Weakness has found its way into your heart in the face of such earnest effort. I understand. However, it has been decided that Sinclair will not be participating as one of Shasi Shun's teachers, but why? Or should I call you pupils? Oh, he is the student! Ah, I see. You must be a pupil before you can be a teacher. And Sinclair is too young to be a teacher. And Zishun also raised a very good point. Like, what makes you think you're more enlightened than I am when we have roughly the same amount of life experience? Well, how's he gonna feel about this one? This has gotta be a mistake, right? Isn't Zishun the pupil here? No, there haven't been any mistakes. My lord has specifically instructed that you are to learn from this as well. Really? Chu was like, Sinclair needs to be taught. Why? What? What? Seriously? This isn't right. Guys, this isn't right. Ah, now this looks like a proper classroom. Okay, I see. I see. It would have felt pretty dang empty with just Si-Shun sitting there all on her own, don't you think? Sorry, Sinclair, but it is pretty funny. Besides, I bet Sink's the resident expert on going to schools, right? School is a luxury for me, you know. Yeah, maybe, but that doesn't mean I ever wanted to go back to school. You should learn to be grateful. I don't dole out my teachings to just anyone. Oh, this is gonna hurt. Don't forget, we have to redo the whole lesson plan under their supervision. Otis, you always get on your soapbox and try to lecture everyone about something after every single battle anyway. And you, Ishmael, you always get hyper-fixated on something. Once you find something interesting, you never stop talking about it for 3 hours at least. And I will ensure that you receive the best education I can provide, Sinclair. Don't shit-talk Yi-Sang. He's just being helpful. Hold on, Yi-Sang. I thought we were the underdog duo. Remember during the checkup when I said we got this? We were going to get this together. The evaluation painted a twisted picture of the true scale of strength, the sole measure of which erroneously relied entirely on physical might. I shall not hesitate to impart knowledge for those who require education. Congratulations, my lady. You have found yourself a desk mate, which some might also call a bestie, depending on desk placement. We have to consider desk placement as well. What? I don't know, she seems into it. Desk mate? Bestie? The heck does any of that mean? Huh? Jia Si-Shun's eyes widened with confusion as though she had just heard those words for the first time in her life. Ah, she... When I first met her when she was 16, she explained to me that she hadn't attended any school-like institutions. This is par for the course for children of Hongyan, who are raised for the purpose of becoming the next family hierarch. The reason being that schools can be a perfect place to assassinate someone. True. Quite easy, actually. So, deskmate and besties? Sinclair began to explain, seemingly resigned to the fact that he was essentially going back to school for a month while with the other sinners as his teachers. You usually sit next to each other and help each other out. A bestie might nudge the other awake when they doze off, share the homework with one another if they forget to do theirs. They usually end up being included in the best memories of each other's school time. So not very important at all, huh? I think I got this on my own. I don't need a bestie. Damn. It's gonna be a bad month for Sinclair. It's gonna be a real bad month for Sinclair. It may have come a few years late, but I am moved that my lady finally has a chance at experiencing school. I keep forgetting that he's like former Heishu. Same here. I remember it like yesterday. Si-Shun would sit and watch other kids walk to school from a distance, tears welling in her eyes. Dude! Bro! Oh, that reminds me. One day out of nowhere, she started saying something about eating from lunchboxes with friends. I haven't a clue as to how or where she even heard about it, but she snuck into the kitchen and... wait, don't you guys have lesson plans to write? Come on, hurry up. 30 days are ticking down. We've only got 30 days. Stop talking. Of course. Unfortunately, I've become quite occupied with another task of great importance, assisting Wei with indexing and reviewing various documents that are in critical need of organizing. Thus, I must leave the lesson planning task to you two, Zilu and Miss Sword. Have you any thoughts on this matter? Slacker. I could not imagine Zilu ever shit-talking anyone. That's hilarious. What was that? I said nothing. You can't prove anything. Wow, that was a really, really, really solid... I don't know what you'd call it, a chapter? Whatever it was great. And I got 40 lunacy for it. I just got paid to enjoy myself. Wait, that's not combat. That's different. 30 days of classes. We're in there now, aren't we? How fucking funny. Zilu and Sword appear to have aged several years overnight, their faces sunken and sallow. I don't know about Sword, but I can see bags under Zilu's eyes. Finally, after referencing the idiosyncrasies and various statistical data available to us regarding each sinner, we managed to come up with an appropriate curriculum. It took you several days to come up with a curriculum? Oh god. Miss Zilu. Apologies. I had this wonderful dream where that time where Lei Heng hit me, it actually killed me. Oh, but here I am. Sleep deprivation has reaved me of clear mind. The path of an educator is truly a grueling one. Ain't it fucking just? I've heard so many horror stories about what teachers have to put up with. By the same token, I've heard horror stories about teachers that students have had to put up with, but teachers go through a lot. Like a whole fucking bunch, regardless where you come from. I remember the last time I said something like that, someone came flying in, was like, in my place, country, it's great, just because yours is garbage. And I was like, okay. All right, lad, fucking settle down. Marching to battle would be much easier. Still, thanks to Master Jarchu's methodology you shared, we did manage to find a way to make this quite efficient. I mean, it showed a little classroom icon for this stage. I wonder if they're actually gonna have me answer questions? Or will they be presenting like combat stages that are puzzles? Like actual proper puzzles. I feel like that'll make me miserable, but we'll see. Efficient, huh? To be a true family hierarch, there are dozens, hundreds of virtues one must understand and master. However, to do so in 30 days as promised is an implausible effort. So we're gonna fake it, like a content creator trying to appeal to a new audience. Yeah, I can make fun of my own profession as well, how about that? Thus, we have categorized the countless virtues into 3 super categories. The only categories used on Super Earth. And they are called... Ooh! I know this is gonna be wrong. But if it's right, it'll be very cool. But let me explain why the fuck I'm going to make this guess. Because it's not just me being stupid, it's me being stupid because of something else I've played. In fact, I'm almost 90% certain this will not be the case, but hear me out. So, in Dynasty Warriors 8 specifically, 8 Empires specifically, I like the light strategic layer to it, so I play Empires exclusively. But in that, your weapons have 3 different damage types, right? Heaven, which is blue, Earth, which is green, and Man, which is red, if I'm remembering correctly. Is that what this is going to be? Because, you know, it would be pretty sick, and it would make sense, but also if it wasn't, I'd 100% understand. It was mainly the color scheme that made me think of it, so, you know. What are these supposed to be? Jie, Yong, and Ren. Okay, wisdom, benevolence, and courage. Could that be considered heaven, earth, and man? I don't know, it might be a bit of a stretch. But cool. Jie, wisdom, the wise lose neither people nor words. To hold one's silence in need of speech shall cost them people. To speak in need of silence shall cost them words. It's philosophy. A reasonable sequence of logic. Yong, courage, the ability to overcome fear, to act decisively. I thought it was derisively, which would not have made sense. Have too much of it and risk becoming a brute. Have too little and risk becoming a craven. It needs harmony and balance. So how far are we allowed to go with corporal punishment again? I recall no instance of any discussion regarding corporal punishment. And Ren, humanity, is the benevolence of the heart, the compass of behavior that dictates respect towards every human. Maybe. Maybe I was right. I'm not particularly invested in the idea that I might have been right. I think I was probably wrong. Although humanity, human, man. Yeah, I think I might have been right, actually. I'm just gonna pretend I was right, and when all the comments go no, Foreman, that's not in any way related, I'm gonna fucking ignore them, and I'm gonna ban everyone, and I'm just gonna play this game by myself. And be right in everything I say. Look at me, showing all 3 virtues without even trying. Clearly, most of the faculties of this school are severely lacking in all 3 of your criteria. Just how do you think they'll be able to teach the students anything? Yeah, like a certain someone who needs a lesson in Ren. Are you sure I'm in good hands? Just a heck, what the heck am I supposed to learn here? Where's Wei? Mr. Wei and Miss Zigong are currently quite preoccupied with handling the monumental task of paperwork. Alright, Mr. Wei wanted me to deliver this message to you. Be strong, my lady. Wei! Despite her protestations, the 30 days of classes commenced. Ooh la la. Combat time? Oh my god. What are you doing to me? Combo! Don't worry, Zishun, it's all downhill from here. This is a mandatory class. Yeah, it is. This is a mandatory class. It is. Hey, Sinclair's morale is pretty good. Ah. Crimson Strike, Crimson Phoenix, Crimson Spring. I'm not going to go through all these because, you know, life. Alright, but mandatory class implies that there are optional classes. But this is a structured narrative and a hard set amount of time. Begin class? Yeah. My name is Yi Sang. That is all. You may go now. The class I have prepared for the day. I've heard plenty about your mirror tech, which makes me wonder, going by the level of advancement in that technology, can you have approached it from a different angle? You know how technological advancement usually goes, people invent for the sake of creation, only to have their inventions inevitably warped into weapons of destruction. Yes, hence where we are now. Indeed, you show much promise already. As you surmise now, the mirror has, in the past, almost been employed to shatter possibilities instead of reflecting them. I'm sure that's the angle most others wanted to see happen. Removal of potential risks sounds much more palatable than potential itself to some people, after all. Correct again, yet destruction was a word that bore too much suffering for my heart. My sole egress from it was the abandonment of my quondam fellows and my life's work, making myself a fugitive from the past. How did you bring yourself to just abandon it all? I didn't see what that was. I conversed. With who? Myself. With myself that lies within me. As you are aware, the mirror's reflection extends beyond the veils of our own reality. It reflects the potentialities, the latent strength, and the world. Yet even among them, the reflection of the greatest importance is that of the self. Let not the innumerable worlds of the mirror enchant your gaze. First, one must direct their studies inward and reflect upon oneself. Uh-oh. I learned how to be more true to myself by looking into the mirror. Look at that. Jasi Shun has grown. Jie +4, Yong +4, Ren +18. Same for Sinclair. Okay, these are stats that we need to maintain. Okay, can I fuck this up? Now, if you are prepared, do explain what you see in the mirror. You needn't haste. For some reason, Zishun appeared to hesitate before the mirror. Hey, you know, it's been a while since I looked into the mirror for so long. My lady, do you recall Zunzhen of the Xie family who contacted you for a meeting? Yeah, the guy who said he was going to show me a precious flower that blooms only at night. I remember that you were vehemently against me going out there, so I stayed inside. I wonder what kind of flower it was. Don't tell me you are actually looking forward to meeting him, my lady. Oh, of course not. You were wise to stay inside. It was revealed that you weren't the only person who was invited, my lady. That vile man had hired a group of assassins to ambush the meeting spot and would have been waiting there to spring the trap had you gone. But apparently he was outplayed and had his limbs and head torn off as punishment. What a relief, isn't it? I guess. I'm glad I didn't go away. You were right. If only you still had the Wu branch under your control. Stop it. We agreed to move on from that, remember? We don't have to talk about it. I was brushing my hair and looking in the mirror as we were talking, but I realized that I no longer recognized the girl in the mirror. I don't know why, but I found it so hard to meet her eyes. But I brushed it off, because I had to. An experience like that was going to be a common occurrence anyway, and the family hierarchy was always looming on the horizon. Perhaps what you felt then may have been shame. But it is paramount to face oneself nonetheless. Nay, especially so if it was. And Sinclair, what do you see? I see... Well, I just see myself smiling. I don't see what's so out of the ordinary. But it seemed like Sinclair can really bring himself to face the mirror. Hey, after what we just discussed, I think I understand something now. Now that I've had some quiet time looking at my reflection, I think I uncovered a part of myself I had hidden away for a long time. Success! But I don't think Sinclair did very well. I learned how to be more true to myself by looking into the mirror. I don't know, Sinclair seemed to do it. Ren is going well, although we have to get it to 1,000. I learned how to be more true to myself by looking into the mirror. Hooray! Big gains! Class metaphysical approach to the ego and the reflected world leveled up to expert. Okay. Notice. Yisang is now an expert. Congratulations. And now we have a Don Quixote. Jarsishan slash resist minus 0.25. Oh, so she'll be getting buffs that she will then use for the final encounter. So we need to make her as strong as possible for that fight. Be passionate and dream on, Fixer Tails. Can I add a class for this slot? Yes, I can. It will lower morale, but these will boost morale. So, we should. It says upgrade there. Can I upgrade that, or... Oh, I see. She's fatally weak to slash, so this was actually really good. Sorry, I'm grabbing a pillow. This is a much better chair than I used to have, but that doesn't mean it's comfy to sit in it for hours on end. I still do, though. Combo? Oh, do certain sinners work together? Ah. I need to find combos. This is a mandatory class? Yeah. Okay, let's do this. Tis true that a station of teaching is prone to imbue one with a sense of bashfulness. Sinclair and Zishan both sat with a bit of apprehension as well. Which is understandable, given that's what Sword told them sometime before the lesson started. Some time ago. Otis, who'd been glaring daggers at Don Quixote for a good while, finally decided to voice her doubts to Sword. So, what is Don Quixote, that woman, supposed to teach? Have you not considered that her usual flippancy might only cause more trouble than it's worth? You worry too much, Otis. While she may not look it, Don Quixote is extremely well versed in those adventure tales, and she's also like, what, 200 years old or something? And why would any of that matter? Have you yourself considered the fixers often appear when history is in the making? Oh! Let us see here. Don Quixote took a second to savor the moment as though she had been preparing her whole life for it, then continued. Amongst the greatest fixers whose honored names were engraved in history. Verily, let us commence this lesson with the tale of the fixer Yu Fei. This tale beginneth in the year... Sometime later. Are you done? Just how can she continue to talk at such length? She's been going for ages. 'Tis thus cometh the time to test thy dedication to this class and the knowledge that should naturally come with it. A pop quiz, if thou wilt. When she even find the time to prepare this? I can assure thee 'tis a quiz of entirely reasonable difficulty if thou hast paid attention in class. Worry thee not. Does this pop quiz have prizes? But of course I came prepared for such inquiries. For each correct answer I shall bestow upon thee from the very treasure chest of mine. These precious, precious fixer badges, forsooth I did not let a single day go by in which I did not polish each and every one of them on 3 separate occasions at the very least. I don't know, I don't really need them. Oh. Hold thine applause, for there is a bonus reward for the victor who, by the end of this match, carries more badges. Thou shalt attain the role of a protagonist in this theatrical play of my making. Fixer Chronicles You Fade. 'Tis an opportunity of a lifetime. We're having a school play. I'm still not really... It's not doing anything for either of us. It's still a pretty useless reward, but if you're turning this into a competition, I won't lose. Seriously? What, scared you'll lose? Is history your weakness or something? I'll have you know that I was the teacher's pet in every single history class I took. And I'll have you know that I was, no matter the subject, showered with praise from every master I ever had. Okay, if that's how you want to play, I'll have you know that I was a prodigy in other classes too. I did great in art classes, pretty good in math too. I was just being humble, because I didn't want to steal your thunder, Zishun. Oh, then let me tell you that I was trained in the mastery of at least 10 different disciplines every single day. And on one of those days, you know what one of my masters told me? He said, looks like Mrs. Shasi Shun's finally getting a feel for how friendships close in age are forged in school. That's good. No matter how excellent her masters were, there are some experiences you just can't learn from teachers. Clock, clock, tick, tock, you can't hear me. I tick-tocked in response. 'Tis year 505. What is the historical community's consensus on the most illustrious battle that Fixer Yu Fei is said to have partaken in? Allow me to impart to thee a major clue if thou hadst paid attention as I discoursed upon the 5 pillages in which the Fixer Yu Fei was mentioned. This should not be a difficult question to answer. The honorable fixer of the cerulean heaven who attained triumph in the Battle of Rhino Tree in the year 465 hath said what was the worst ordeal she had to face in her career. I've got it. It's when she had to forge onward despite watching her dear comrades fall one by one as they held the line to buy her time. Oh, damn it. I was too slow. Fie, young Zishun. Thou art incorrect. Honorable Fixer of the Cerulean Heaven is recorded to have testified that the worst ordeal in her career was when she was forced to stand before her enemies with hair that was not luscious, as the supply line breakage caused her regular delivery of nutritional supplements to cease. What thou hast suggested, young Zishun, was her 17th most difficult ordeal. I think she would have got along well with Ricardo. She's speaking like she was actually there. Thine impression is quite understandable, for I am trained in the ways of vividly regaling these tales, but most of these are tales I have learned from books. Oh. Much did I anticipate an opportunity to regale these tales to such audience, enough to study the ways of minstrels. There was a clear look of pride in her twinkling eyes. How'd it go? Don Quixote has a lot of moves. Time certainly flies when hearing the tales of exciting adventures. They have grown. Oh wait, it's round 2. What was the secret technique Honorable Fixer Lysander employed in his resolution of the case of the Fey Forest? Speak its name in full. I've got it. It's Summer Night Fantasia. Yet I cannot let pass such an unmotivated retelling of his super ultimate move. Hardly could one internalize the true noble spirit of Fixers by simply reciting it with such apathy. Thou must recreate the exact pose in the enunciation. Are you kidding me? Ooh, come on, you can do this, Shasi Shun. You can do this. This is nothing. Illusions of a midsummer night shall devour thee whole. Summer Night Fantasia. She's determined to win these. I think mostly out of spite more than anything. Don Quixote's crying. Thine enunciation was quite shaky upon the word illusions, and yet thou hast demonstrated sufficient courage, thus I bestow upon thee this badge. I grow tired of this nonsense. Just how much longer you plan to drag this on? Thus muttered the hero, then declared, I shall tear this evil storm asunder and find a place for this blade at the center of thy heart. She's getting into it. She doesn't want to admit it, but she is. Dante, lights, left side. I gotcha. Why do I have to do this? I'm the manager. Don Quixote, who was watching Sinclair and Jia Xishun's 2-person play, silently wiped her tears away. Bravo, bravo! Certain minor details were missed, such as that Yufei the Fixer was left-handed, and that he had a habit of playing with a lighter in his left pocket before every duel, yet 'twas a wonderful reenactment indeed. I have no other critique to impart upon thee. When faced with great adversity in thine adventures, rekindle the memory of Yufei the Fixer's final duel. Remember it well. Thus cometh to an end the lessons of today. It was just for a moment, but I think I'm starting to get it. I get why she's so obsessed with fixers. Clutched tightly in Zishun's hands were the badges Don Quixote had gifted her. That's nice. Time certainly flies when hearing the tales of exciting adventures. This is actually probably the best intervallo so far. I mean, we still need to get to the end, but this is pretty up there. Like, I get that this is all basically set dressing, but still, sometimes that's all you fucking need. And then Yi Sang was like, let's talk about mirrors. Lots of Ren. We're not really in balance, though, are we? Focusing very heavily on Ren. But it's stuff we need. So Don Quixote is good for morale. Okay. So she'll be very important. What if we get a combo going? I feel like that's what they want me to do. Is that combo? I would be really surprised if it was. All right, let's do this. Boom! Knock, knock, open up the door and slam! This is a component part taken from the structure that forms H-Corp. This may prove to be an opportunity to conduct an in-depth analysis on the nature of the former H-Corp's singularity, which has been enduring for such a long time. Oh boy. You look kinda upbeat today, Miss Faust. Indeed, an opportunity to study the old H-Corp's singularity is not one that comes often. As there was potential for integration into Mephistopheles, I made a request to disassemble a part of the bus's engine, but was denied. A shame. Aren't you the one who built Mephistopheles though, Miss Faust? Mephistopheles is indeed Faust's work, but not all of it was mine. It is possible that Faust may never reveal every small detail that went into its creation. It was I'm assuming, a conjoined effort from multiple Fausts in the Faust Discord. I would very much enjoy a chance to completely disassemble it, even its engines, so they could be reassembled with my own hands. Yeah, sure. Taxidermy genius. Oh, that's a combo. Oh, that's a combo. We have combos. Fixer Association Encyclopedia for Dummies. And then Taxidermied Geniuses, which add bonuses. Oh! I've done everything correctly. Managed to learn various detailed mechanical fundamentals about old H-Corp technology. That's a lot of G, goddamn, probably because of all the bonuses we got. So that's how it works. I think I get it. Didn't think this is how I'd get to learn more about the old H-Corp. I don't think I could do much against the Reconstruction days right now, but this knowledge will certainly come in handy when the day comes for me to gradually dismantle that iniquitous thing. Iniquitous. Words are hard. Iniquitous thing. The day when Hongyan can be a place where people can live without fear. Without the fear of the encroaching Reconstruction days, without obsessively counting their rooms to see if they'll fall or not, until Hongyan can be a place where you can sleep with the promise of safe tomorrows. I'm sure you'll pull it off. Oh, and I learned a lot during this lesson too, Miss Faust. Bang! Did Miss Faust learn a lot during this lesson? The voltage must have been set too high. Repeating experiment with a different combination of fuses and wires. There was supposed to be a lesson somewhere in there, right? No. And the bonus does apply to... it applies to each individual lesson as well. So, 26 extra Ren. Class success rate plus 40%. So they can fail. Interesting. The morale's all the way back up, and Ren is at an all-time high. Class, be passionate and dream on. Fixed Tales leveled up to expert. Don Quixote is now an expert. Notice, Ishasi shouldn't gain 60 max HP, and slash resist was reduced, which is to say improved. That's good. Gregor's is my War Tales. Okay, so it's going to get very depressing next time. But I'm going to leave it there for today. Save your class progress, return to main menu, you know it. That's brilliant. That is such a brilliant way to do it. That is so good. I love that. Is that basically going to be the Intervallo dungeon as well? Because we're not going to be going into the fathoms of anyone's ego, I don't think. Maybe we will. I don't know. Not discounting it. I'm just making assumptions based on what I currently know. It's part of my job. I kind of have to. Otherwise, this would be pretty boring if I just never conjectured about anything. But that's a really fun and creative way to have a bunch of, like, I don't know, exposition, progression of the narrative, character moments, combinations of characters talking to each other, and presenting it in a fun, mildly engaging way with game mechanics behind it. That's really good. I genuinely think, like, you know, we're nowhere near done, but I think this will probably shape up to be the best Intervallo in the game so far. So how do I get achievements? Pass the first midterm, fourth midterm. Take every teacher's class. Tip-top morale for 7 days in a row. Safely see training to the end. Take Isang's class 3 times. We gotta take everyone's class 3 times. This is a great way to do this. Don Quixote's class 3 times. This is so clever. And so fun. Oh, I can totally get all the achievements on this. When does this run out? 2nd of the 10th. I do have plenty of time, but also I should probably get on with it as well. Wait, cultivate? I'm guessing that's just the class stuff. Oh, so you could do the classroom stuff outside of the Intervallo to get the achievements. Okay. 1,000? What, do I have to replay this multiple times? But I only get these from doing this. Okay, some of these are, well, yeah, well, I don't know, we'll see. Fun stuff, okay. Well, that's all for today, friends, but boy, did I enjoy that way more than I thought I did. Thought I would, even. And I didn't think I wasn't going to enjoy it, it's just that I enjoyed it way more. That's some crazy shit. I love it. Wow. I think I just said everything I have to say about it. I don't have much of a post thank you for watching summary, because fuck, that was just really good and really fun. That's a really, really... I was about to... Yeah, it was a strong start with, like, a proper, solid, like, setting of the political situation. And then... And there's still some solid humor in there as well. And then a setup for an interesting premise. And then we're paying it off in spades. That is actually fantastic. I'm looking forward to doing more of that. But that's all from me for today, friends. Thank you so much for watching. Goddamn. Special thanks to our members and patrons: Moon God, Critfinity, Megan, Addison Sells, Voltwolf, Miscreant, Rakariku, Crescent, Tony the Horse, Lad Hagsira, Bissalanchi, Princeps, Jacomi, Mr. Chrono, Superstitics, Flyhard, Mighty PH, Enter Story, E. Lanthelion, Gage Donaldson, Hosherman, Saga, Jack, Ninjog, Emma Fox, Grand Caps and General Peace, Mean Baby Back Turtle, Cuds, Canis Samaria, Portrait Lebrec, Lifesteal, Mega Mr. Z-Man, Unclever Name, Summercat, Flanny, Pinch Dragoon, Lip Potatoes, Proxy, Camino, Moa, Heartland, Harrick J, Dresso, Sion Distance, Lol, Etherbin Linky, Xeon Cedar, Pinball, Talkia, Honeydew, Sweet Baby Red, Just Kitty Plutonium Pie, Jim Gust, Upload by K-Bob, Magic Owl, The Frost by SP1068, Neymar, and Keniti800. Support me on YouTube and on Patreon. Thank you so much, guys, and thank you all so much for watching. This is some good fucking stuff. I don't know if we're even going to use any of our identities in this. Why would we? I guess there are some conceivable reasons why that would be the case, but even if we do, it won't be very much. But, so everything I've set up with this team has been completely meaningless, but we can do that for something else, I'm sure. There's some, like, Mirror Dungeon stuff I need to check out after all, which we might need to do. Although I don't know if I want to do the fucking bottomless pit on camera, because that'll take forever and won't be that interesting, but we'll see what happens in the future. Regardless, that's all from me for today. Thank you so much for watching, and whatever happens next time and the classes are going well, I bet I can get all those fucking achievements. I bet I can. It's probably not that hard, but I will still see it as some kind of challenge that I need to achieve. But whether or not I do, it won't be decided next time, but I'll be working towards it. Hope I see you there. Toodles. Goodbye.